friends, good morning all of you. Welcome you all again in accountancy lecture. In the previous lecture, I have started chapter number 3, Introduction to Goods and Service Tax. It means Goods and Service Tax. It means GST. Okay. Before we go proceed further, let's we see the recap. In the previous lecture, we have seen that first point is taxes collected by governments of two types. First is a direct tax and second is a indirect tax. Direct tax, it means income tax, property tax, professional tax. Okay, that we all have to pay. It means all the earner person has to pay direct taxes to the government. And second type of is indirect tax. Indirect tax, that these tax are collected by the central government and state government. GST is introduced in the year 2017. It means on the 1st July 2017 GST was introduced. But before that, it means in the old tax system there were many types of taxes. Many types of taxes were collected by the central government and state government. On place of that all the taxes, government introduced only one tax system and the name is the GST. It means in the old tax system there were many types of taxes a person or businessman has to pay, but now in the GST, on place of all the taxes, businessman has to pay only one taxes. Okay. After that, there are total 5 GST acts. First is a CGST, second SGST, third UT, it means a Union Territories GST, Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act, it means a IGST, and last is a GST Compensation Cess Act. Okay, that we learned detail in the previous lecture. Next, meaning of GST. Meaning of GST, it means on the different types of taxes, government collect only one taxes and the name is GST. It means different taxes of a central government and state governments are withdrawn and goods and services are covered under one tax. This tax is known as a goods and service tax, right? After that, we see the features. Let's again we repeat these features. First, one tax. Second, tax collection on supply. It means in the GST, all the businessmen, all the entrepreneur has paid the tax only on the supply. It means at the time of sales, whenever they purchase the goods, at that time they have to pay GST. But after in the sell GST, it will be deducted. Okay, it means that they can compensate their purchase GST tax from the input GST tax. It means from the sales GST tax. After that, GST Council, GST rates, import and GST. Next, import tax credit. After that, tax distribution, tax determination, predetermined tax rate structure or predetermined tax rate structure. It means government has decided the different schedule for the different items. All the items are included in the particular heads and that heads contain particular rate of GST. It means the rate of GST is predetermined. 5 GST acts that we seen. And uniformity. Uniformity, it means in the entire country the rate of GST is similar. So government intends to make all the prices of product equally in all the places. After that, today we have to study about the supply of goods and service or both. Here, supply of goods and service or both. We know that in the GST system, only one time all the person has to pay GST, right? So, first type is a intrastate supply. In these intrastate supply, there is a two types of a GST person has to pay. One is a CGST and SGST. Now, what is the meaning of an intrastate supply? Whenever any businessman do the transaction within a state limit, it means the businessman of a Gujarat supply the goods of only in the limit of the Gujarat region. In that condition, intrastate supply, it means a CGST and SGST applicable. Now I am giving you second example. Suppose the businessman of a Punjab, it means a Punjab businessman supply its goods, suppose we are taking the goods as a wheat, supply its wheat to the any businessman of Punjab only, then at that time he has to pay CGST and SGST. Now CGST it means a central goods and service tax, and SGST it means a state goods and service tax. Suppose the total GST rate, one person Gujarat businessman supplying the goods of rupees suppose 10,000 in the Gujarat only, it means the businessman of a Gujarat at that time suppose we are taking the GST rate as a 10%, okay. Then what is a total rate amount of a GST? 10,000 into 10%, so 1,000 total amount of a GST, right. Now from these 1,000 rupees of amount, 1,000 amount of GST, 500 will be received by the central government and the remaining 500 will be received by the state government. It means whenever any transaction done within a state limit, at that time two types of a GST applicable, CGST and SGST. Half of the amount will be received by the central government and remaining half will be received by the state government. The next type of GST is a interstate supply. Interstate supply is a fully opposite to the intrastate supply. When any transaction done behind the out of the state limit, that time interstate GST applicable. It means the businessman of Gujarat will supply its goods in the Punjab. At that time that person, it means businessman of Gujarat has to pay IGST, okay. I am giving a one example. Suppose the Gujarat businessman sent is 100 refrigerator in the Punjab state, okay. At that time Gujarat businessman has to pay IGST, okay. It means at that time he has to pay only one GST and that total amount will be received by the integrated goods and service tax. Understand? Again two types of a GST. First is a intrastate supply and second is a interstate supply. Two sub point of a intrastate supply, one is a CGST and second is a SGST. It means a half amount will be distributed between the central government and state government, and next is a IGST. Now benefits of GST. These all are mostly repeated points because we learned we learned features of the GST in detail, okay. First is a one tax. We know that on place of instead of the different types of indirect taxes, government introduced one tax policy. It means a one tax, one nation, one tax policy. In this all the indirect taxes were removed and only one tax system is introduced by name the GST. Now simple tax system. Previously it means in the old tax system there were many types of taxes were be payable to the taxpayer, okay. On place of all the taxes, now on all the businessmen, all the person has to pay one tax and it's a GST. It means it is a very simple tax system. Third, removal of double taxation. In the old tax system, government received the tax on the both the types of a transaction. It means on the purchase time also, sales time also. Now this double taxation system removed in the GST. It means all the taxes are received only supply of the goods. It means at the sale of times government payer has to pay tax, and whatever tax paid on the purchase time, it will be compensated from the sale tax. Next, benefits of price reduction. Now in previously tax system, it means in the old tax system, payer or businessman has to pay many types of a tax like excise duty, custom duty, sales tax, production tax, entertainment tax, okay. Now on place of these all taxes, only one payer has to pay one tax, GST. It means that is called a benefits of a price reduction, because the cost of the production will be down, so that benefits will reflect in the price. So uniformity, it will be affect the price of the product, and it again benefits for the consumer also. Next, uniform price. This is a repeated point. Uniform prices, it means what the in the old tax system, all the states decide that tax rate structure. It means that the tax rate structure is a different. Tax rate structure of Punjab is different than to the Gujarat. Tax rate system of Maharashtra is different than to the Haryana. So it will be not maintain the uniformity previously because of the different types of a tax structure. But now GST tax structure is decided by the GST council. It means from the central government, and all the state has to follow that same tax rate system. So it maintain the price uniformity, right? Next, reduction in tax evasion. Tax evasion, it means a person who do not want to pay their taxes, that is called a tax evasion. Previously many types of taxes were be collected from the government. So some of the businessmen were not paying a full taxes. It means suppose on the goods of rupees 10,000, government was taking 100 rupees for the excise duty, 50 rupees for the custom duty, then 70 rupees for the sale tax, 30 rupees for the production tax. So some of the businessmen was not paying the entire all types of taxes. They were paying some like excise duty, custom duties, and they will escape from the another types of tax. Now on introduction of the only one nation one tax system, it means a GST, all the businessmen has to pay only one tax and the GST, so they cannot do tax evasion. Next, input tax credit. Input tax credit is a similar point of the tax collection on supply. Here all the payers has to pay one time tax, and that the time is that supply of the goods. So whenever they paid different types of another tax, it will be deductible, compensatable from the sales tax. That is and that amount not will be received in cash, but amount will be credited in their bank account after the 3 months 6 month time duration. So that the amount is credited in their bank account. So this name is called a input tax credit, right? Next, useful for economy. Here this point is connected to the reduction in price, because whenever price of any product will be reduced, it will beneficial for the consumer. So consumer can use that amount for their development, for the investment, so that we can say it's a useful for the economy. Next, balanced regional development. Here this point is similar to the price uniformity, because here the rate of GST is structure formulated by the GST council. It means from this central government. So everywhere in all the region, in all the states, the GST rates are equal. So that due to that, balanced regional developments possible. Next, reduction in administrative work. This is depends on the indirect taxes. In the old tax system, government has to make a ready different departments for the different types of a tax, like one department for the excise duty collection, one department for custom duty collection, another department for sales collection department, right? Now on place of that all the departments, government has to run up only one department. The name is a GST. It means only one department can do work for do work of all the departments. So that we can say it is a reduction in the administrative work. Next is a reduction in government operation. Government operation, it means a government can do work for the another department, can do another work on place of only tax collection, because previously it will be very time consuming, energy consuming, and very costly, expensive work for the collection of our taxes. But now due to the GST, all the administrative work are reduced, so government can focus for the new another mission also. So we can say it's a reduction in government operation. Okay. Next, rates of GST. Now we know that these rates of GST are structure formulated by the GST council, and in the GST council all the experts and financial minister, then another helping employees are work. So due to their knowledge, according to their knowledge, rates of GST are decided. Now all the items, all the productive items, productions are divided into different 6 schedules. It means 6 heads, like agriculture department, electronics, entertainment, then basic needs. According to that schedule, according to usage and a necessity of the goods, they divided all the items into 6, you can say, in the first column, in the 6 schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now first, you can, in the second column, interstates union territories supply. It means suppose one person supply its goods in the another state, at that time he has to pay IGST. For the schedule 1 5%. Suppose that person supply goods within his state, at that time from the 5% he will not pay only IGST, he has to pay CGST and SGST. From, it means a total, suppose 5%, then from the 5% he will pay 2.5% to the C, it means a central government, and remaining 2.5% to state government. Okay. In the schedule 2, total IGST 12%. IGST, where any person has to pay IGST when he supply his goods in the another state, but suppose he supply his goods within a state, at that time GST rate 6% and SGST 6%. Same way, schedule 3, total 18%. Now it is for the IGST, and for the CGST 9% and SGST 9%. After that, for the schedule 4, here you can say the rate of GST is a maximum 28%. We can assume that in the schedule 4, entertainment, goods and items, services are included. So from the 28%, CGST 14% and SGST 14%. Now schedule 5, total IGST 3%. Here we can take the items of the necessities, right? So 1.5% in GST, CGST, and remaining 1.5% in SGST. Now in the schedule 6, the rate of GST is a very low, 0.25% only. So mostly all the agricultural production are included in the schedule 6. Schedule 6, it means a head 6. From this 0.25% percentage, if they are doing the intrastate transaction, then only 0.125% pay CGST, and another 0.125% pay for the SGST. Okay. Now here all the points of the GST are covered. Now we are coming in the exercise. In the exercise, there are total 3 questions, 1, 2 and 3. Here only 6 MCQs. These all the MCQs you have to write down in your notebook. After that, 1 line question answer. I explain you everything in detail. So these 13 all the questions you have to note down in your notebook, and 2 long questions, these also you have to write down in your notebook. With this chapter is going to over. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, and the practical related sum of the GST we will see from the next chapter. Okay, see you soon. Take care. Bye. Have a nice day.